Just because you know what you saying don't mean they know what you saying, honey. Please avoid using emotionally charged verbiage or volume. I'm not saying you're not a good communicator or nothing. I'm just saying. What are we talking about today? Yes, this live costly with a. If you were part of the party, thank you for coming back. For those of you who are new here, hi, how are you? It's Kalilah from Keeping Up with Kalilah, and we're about to get into ways to communicate effectively. When I was crafting this list earlier, I was thinking more along the veins of difficult conversations, but all of these tips are applicable even when having regular conversation. Be engaging, to be open, to be connected. All of these tools are useful. So if you like what you are hearing, stick around. Subscribe and like this channel if this is the type of content you want to hear, and hit that notifications bell because it's more and more and more and more and more coming. The first tool that we must use in communicating effectively is to listen. Listen. Had two ears and one mouth for a reason. How do you know if you're listening effectively? You're able to repeat the opinion or grievance of the person that you are talking to. What I'm hearing you say is, can I tell you what I'm hearing? What I'm hearing is, and if you are unable to repeat, ask questions. This is active listening. This is actually being curious about what the other person has to say, what their input is, what their angle is. I promise you, you will be able to communicate if you're able to stay here with the people that you are talking to. The second tool that I have for you today is have the end in sight. Step back and think, what is my end goal? My end goal is that we come out of this stronger. My end goal is that we come out of this more understanding. Include the other person. You can't communicate with someone if you're only pushing your agenda. You are responsible for how they hear you just as much as you're responsible for what you say. So if you have the end in sight, what is the next goal after sharing this information? Where the next step is, you can stay true to the course. The next tip that I have to say is articulate. We know what we're saying because we can feel it. We're experiencing it. It is happening as we speak. You have to translate that into words. Choose your words wisely. Articulate the ask. If you need to speak slower, even if you need to outline your conversations, be prepared, think it through so that you are doing your best to give the conversation your all. Another tip that I have is avoid using emotionally charged verbiage or volumes. Listen, this is one, as a passionate, loud New Yorker, we speak with our passion. Tone can be very rough. I have to remind myself to choose the words that I'm saying to make sure that it's not inflammatory. Lead with clear, cordial, appropriate verbiage. Sometimes we're unaware of how our emotions influence our choice of words. If you're not actively thinking about what you have to say, you're letting your emotions and subconscious run you. Think about it like this. When you're in a job interview, picking and choosing what you have to say carefully, because at this moment, there's a lot at stake. Treat every difficult conversation with the same respect that you treat a conversation that you're having at a job interview. Another tip, embrace silence. Silence is not weakness. Silence is understanding. Understanding is strength. There's a back and forth going on, and you take the moment to sit in this silence and think, let the words seep in. Analyze, is this conversation going the way in the direction that I anticipated it? Do we have to back up? Should I start over? In this silence, assess. This is happening in real time. You don't have to commit to a horrible conversation if you're in the business of assessing it real time. Run back the last 2 exchanges. Okay, we good. She's getting me. He's getting me. Or I'm gonna try a different angle. If you like what you hearing, hit the like button. It really helps other people see my videos, and it's free. Subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell on, like it so we could continue to see more content like this from people like us. The other tip that I have is think about the other person. Think about what they're giving up to give you your ask. Okay, let's say, for example, you want to have a difficult conversation with your roommate, and this is a situation where you'd like to go to bed at 9 p.m. and they like to go to bed at 3 a.m. and they're loud in their room. Instead of you coming and saying, listen, on the days I gotta work, you gotta turn that down. You gotta turn that down at 9 p.m. You can come to the conversation thinking about them, saying, listen, I know you like to stay up late and I like to stay up early. How can we compromise? I was thinking that I could purchase some earplugs, and 3 nights out of the week, you can do whatever you want, as loud as you want. I'm gonna rely on my earplugs. And the other 4 nights a week, could you turn it down or maybe agree to an earlier time? Think about the other person. Think about what they're giving up. Because if they know that you're taking in consideration what they have to give up, they will most likely match that energy and try to give you what you want by giving up something themselves. Lead with love. And if not love, at least respect. If you go into a situation like, I'm about to demolish, I'm about to rip them a new one, I'm about to demean, you already come in with energy that is not going to empower, uplift either parties. So it's very difficult for you to come into a situation with negative energy and then expect to leave that situation without the negative energy. That's what you brought, so that's what you're gonna get. We're responsible for the energy that we bring into this space. We're responsible for whatever type of vibe, essence, aura that we bring. So be responsible and bring good aura within integrity, and be that strong that you can say, listen, regardless of what they're saying, I'm going to come with good intentions, good vibes, and know that you've given your all by doing that. Last but not least, I didn't think I would have to say this, but I decided I should. This might be very difficult to do, but it's do it. Do it. The more difficult conversations that you have, the easier they become. The more the taboo around difficult conversations and difficult topics lessens when we have these conversations. So, talk about expectations and disappointments and changes. Be okay to talk about it, because talking about it allows you to get through it. So don't say, I'm not even gonna say nothing because she's not gonna feel any different. They're usually gonna do what they always do, or I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to step on nobody's toes. Listen, just because topic that has a grievance doesn't mean it has to be a horrible conversation. It doesn't mean it has to feel icky. It doesn't mean both people have to leave depleted or less than, or one person has to win and one person has to lose. You guys can both walk out of a difficult conversation feeling like winners, feeling like, okay, I compromised, I got something good from that interaction. That's the goal. I really hope you got something from this video. If you guys have any additional tips for clear, effective communication, please comment them below. If this is something that you think someone else needs to hear, please share this along with them and like this video. It only will add to your karmic pool. Thank you so much for sticking around. Hope that you come back for the next one. Bye.